boys.
We're not doing the boys. We're doing the bear. All right, let's not get it. All right. No, wrong show, Claire.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Friendly Ghost Podcast. Woo! This is our second episode, and today we're going to talk about The Bear, Season 1 and 2. So, we're really excited, very pumped. This is spoilers. Everything is spoilers. So, if you have not watched it, go watch it. It's so good.
It's very quick.
Yeah.
Very quick.
Very quick.
Very
But,
bingeable.
Yeah.
Very bingeable, for sure. I finished Season 1 in one day. So, like, it was great. Alright, so we're just going to jump in. We're going to talk about Season 1, obviously, first.
Pull up my notes.
So true.
I guess we'll start with writing. Do you want to start with writing?
So
Do you object? I don't know.
I am A-okay with going on for writing. I will
Okay,
be able
cool.
to talk forever about
Forever.
writing.
That's true.
Alright, let's hear it.
So personally, obviously I think the writing is like unbelievably good. There's so much stuff that they covered. They showed such good depictions of addiction in terms of like Mikey, showing someone that like I thought what was so interesting was every time Carmi would go to someone and be like, why is Mikey doing this? And everyone's like, I mean, the more you knew about him, the less you know. Like, you know, it's like he just did things.
Yeah.
And that seemed like to ring true for like people with addictions and stuff, that it's just like when you're in the heights of it, you're just doing things just like to make ends meet, cover your bases.
Exactly.
I thought that was really good. The metaphors and dreams I thought were awesome. I thought were so good. Like one of the Easter eggs I was telling you about that I think I noticed was in the first episode when he's on the bridge with the bear, like in the cage, like trying to tame the bear. I didn't realize until like almost the last episode of season 1 when he's talking about in another dream sequence what happened, like the one where it's like a cooking show.
Yeah.
He's talking
I
about
love that scene.
so good. It was talking about what happened to Mikey, and he said that Mikey shot himself on a bridge. And so that scene, the dream that kept going to a bridge, I think that was the bridge that Mikey shot himself on.
Yeah, I would assume so.
So it's very interesting.
Taming the bear on the bridge.
Yeah.
I thought that was so interesting. And like I have notes about
Oh my god, you have a lot of notes.
You
yeah.
have a lot of notes.
It'd be so exhausting, though.
Yeah, like the dream sequence shows like his fear of inadequacy and stuff. He's being laughed at as he's doing like the stuff that he's like the best at, and stuff is like disappearing. So it's like he has this constant fear of like not being good, and you see that drive him throughout the series. That it's like everything has to be perfect, like to the utmost degree.
And it's so real because of that environment. That the reality is that. That's how the food world is. If you want to be a chef, that's how it is. Like, it's very cutthroat, competitive, all or nothing. You have people like, what's the actor's name in the first episode? That was the head chef. Forgot his name.
Oh, like, are you talking about the one that he worked for?
Yeah.
Oh, like he was in Community. I
forgot his name, but
I forget his name.
he's like, you are nothing. You will always
He's
be
amazing.
Nothing.
Like,
He was
you're a little shit.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, why are you screwing this up? You're screwing this up. You know that,
when
right?
he said, like, you should be fucking dead.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was like
Whoa.
very intense.
And you see why Carmi is the way he is. And there's another reason why the way he is. We'll get that in season 2.
Yes.
But I think you can see why the way he is in season 1 is because he was held to such a crazy degree that like he wants to, put that on his new staff. Because you must say when Mikey having the beef, right? Carmi was handed keys to a burning building, right? Literally keys to a failing restaurant that got like a C for a health grade, like a keys to a burning building that he wants to make it that he believes in because it's family to him. But so obviously his training is the reason why he was so hard on everybody. And just to go real quick into like the actual writing, I would say like the book of the show, that's such like theatery, but the script of the show is that the conversations were so real. Like, now, I don't know how many times the word fuck was used
Literally,
throughout this show. I bet there's a stat for it. But it's real. That's how these people talk. That's how, like, we talk in terms of, like, trying to get something done. Or in conversation. The conversations were so real in this show. There's nothing over dramatic like in a Game of Thrones where like a plot like over the top characters. No, these are regular characters that live in Chicago. regular people, and this is how they talk to each other. So it looked like it gave out like a reality show. Like you're watching like just the fourth wall stripped down into this restaurant,
lives,
and it's like I'd never seen, and that goes into their acting, right?
Yeah.
So we'll get to
Jeremy
acting.
Allen White.
Wow.
Oh,
Perfect.
he knocks it out of the park. You don't. There
All
is
of
no
them.
separation. He is that character.
Exactly.
He is. He
And
is
I think
Carmen.
that pertains to the script that they got. Like the script was so
And
conversational.
direction.
To
too.
piggyback off of that a little
Yeah.
bit, I thought the writing, like the script, was so like tight in
Tight.
its writing.
Yes.
There was
Tight.
like no waste of time, no like
No.
bloat
Every
at
second
all.
counts, huh?
No,
Literally,
Every second counts.
Literally.
It was literally every conversation showed you something about the character, expanded on some
Setting up
plot
something.
detail.
Yeah.
It was everything had like a purpose,
And
especially in the
there's-
early
yes.
episodes.
Even in the way they talked
Yeah.
over each other was just so real.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like they didn't give each other like a chance to breathe, and that's how it is. Like, you
And
know
there's
what I
no
mean?
plot holes. Like
Mhm.
everything ties in at the end.
Everything's
Like I
like-
said,
Literally
I think
everything.
when we showed you the pilot,
Yeah.
we were looking at each other when he was about to make the family like spaghetti dinner.
Oh
we
my
were just
God,
like,
yeah.
like wow, they didn't even like
He didn't
notice
know.
that.
Yeah.
And then he throws it out. He throws it out, and I was like, "This is insane writing!"
yeah.
Like that,
Yeah.
it was so on the nose,
Very on the nose.
and
So-
you don't even know until
Very
you
on
like
the nose.
rewatch it.
And the whole
Yeah.
time he's like, "The spaghetti doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. It's not on the menu. Why is it here?"
Yeah.
And just when he thought he was gonna listen to Richie and really like succumb to the system, is when he's like, "Yes, actually no system."
And
Yeah.
like a funny part is that's like one of the last almost like bits of Mikey in the place. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That like the family spaghetti, and he's
Yeah.
just like, no, it doesn't make sense. Get it out of here. And like once he kind of like accepts and like almost comes to terms with Mikey's death.
Exactly.
Instead of
yeah.
instead of
Like,
denying
he's
it,
able
he
to-
comes to terms that this
Yeah.
is his baby.
Mhm.
That's when a miracle happened. As we
Yeah.
probably
No,
will
for sure.
talk to about later. So what's that?
Yeah. I know, Claire, you wanted to talk about like the realism and the emotion
Oh,
about it. How did you feel about?
I felt like I was there.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so tense. You
Sometimes
feel
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable at
Yeah.
times. Like
You
obviously
couldn't
you're
watch
also
the one episode.
yeah. There are times.
No,
where
there's a
you're
few
kinda
episodes where like, yeah.
okay, I need to. I need
Like
to
you're
take
at
a
the
Need
table.
to breathe. Yeah. Same
Yeah.
with me. I agree with
Because
you.
like it's just too hot in the kitchen right now. I just can't. You know?
Yeah.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
And
Step out.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to Marcus.
Now
I'll
get the
order.
fuck off my expo chef now!
The one episode with the to-go orders, we actually
Oh
like
my
after it
God,
was
yeah.
over, we had to
Okay.
sit for like 20 minutes and just be like, we just need it.
Dude,
Can I
because the
just-
adrenaline that gives you is insane.
The
Can I just
PTSD I
say
got.
though, we were rewatching it, before this, and I didn't want to watch that episode before Cinco de Mayo. I was like, no, we can't.
Because we were
I
kinda-
actually cannot watch this.
For context,
before
we
Cinco de
work
Mayo.
in the restaurant business, and we all work for the same company, like the same restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's a Mexican restaurant, so Cinco de Mayo is the busiest time of year. So the scene of the expo and the ticket machine going crazy
Very
is
relatable.
very relatable, and in fact gave me PTSD of a night working at our job.
Yeah.
I thought we would have a moment where like someone was punching the
Punching
printer.
the printer,
Literally, yeah.
just going like, "Get off my expo chef now!"
Yeah.
And then
I wish
yeah.
we could do that. We can't. But
But yeah, so like very relatable. I'm like, oh, I don't know how late I'm clocking out of work to watch this show. It's just work. So
yeah.
yeah,
You might as well clock in to watch it.
to watch it. To watch
Literally,
Expo.
yeah.
One of the funniest lines from that episode though was when like Carmi's running through like everyone's jobs and stuff, and he's like, "Richie, go fuck yourself," and Richie's just like,
Yes.
69 all day, chef.
Yeah, yeah, that was funny.
I love.
I
like,
have that in my notes.
The
That's
comedic
funny.
relief of like
Yes.
Fack and Richie.
Oh yeah,
They're
like
amazing.
fact, contribute in any way humanly possible right now.
Yeah.
Yes, chef.
Yeah. Oh my god, can I just point out the character development and the character growth?
Mhm.
Like, even from the first episode in season 1 till the end of season 1, just that alone is incredible. So incredible.
Richie was like the slow burn.
I'm gonna be
He
honest.
was,
I
but
did
I'm
not
so
like
happy
Richie
for
at
him.
all. I didn't like Richie at
I
all.
didn't
Richie
Oh,
was
season
such a
one.
piece of shit too.
Yeah,
Such
he
a
was.
piece of
Such
shit.
a piece
He
of
was.
shit.
But when
Can
we
I-
get to season 2, we'll talk about that.
Can I just say though, I feel like we were able to like, the stories were able to be so amazing because they all came together kind of at the same time, or like you know what I
Yes.
mean? They were
Yes.
telling it. It's not like we learned all about Carmi first because he's the main character. That's not how they do it. They kind of just mash everything together and everything just comes together when it's supposed to, and it's great.
I love one thing also that makes it feel more natural is like some people's progress helps other people's
Yes.
progress.
Yes, exactly. Or not so much.
Like Tina.
Yeah.
Tina, like coming around.
Oh my god.
I
Love
have
Tina,
to say,
she's my
like,
girl.
it like, it is crazy how they make her turning around in an episode like believable. You know what I mean? She
Yes.
literally does a 180 in a span of an episode,
Yeah.
and you're just like, I mean, yeah.
In her turn, you're talking about her listening to Sydney more.
Yeah.
And they even call Sydney Chef or Jeff.
Yeah.
I love that. That is one of the
I love
funniest
it too,
jokes.
yeah.
And she even calls like Carmi Jeffrey.
Yeah,
So
like-
Jeffrey.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey's
like,
hilarious.
What's
Jeffrey,
wrong,
can you come
Jeff?
sign this?
What's up, Jeffrey? Jeffrey, can you come sign this? No, she's like so real. Tina's so real.
Yes.
Especially since I'm not familiar with the actress, so this is the first time seeing her. Is that I was like, this is just a real woman that works in a kitchen.
Literally.
And if they're and that goes for everybody since they're not like I'm not familiar with their work beforehand. Maybe I seen Jeremy Allen White because of Iron Claw and whatnot.
Shameless too.
Shameless too, exactly.
So good.
So
I saw Richie in Andor.
Really?
Richie's in Andor.
He was one of the rebels.
Oh wow.
We have
Okay,
to
never
see
seen
it. Yeah, we have to see it
the
now.
one Star Wars show we didn't see.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be in Fantastic Four.
I know.
He's gonna be so
Dude.
good. He's gonna be in Fantastic Four.
I will cry if Ben Grimm calls someone cousin. If
It's
he
so good.
does, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Him going up to the Hulk to fight him is like, let's go, cousin.
Let's go, cousin. It'd be amazing. But I forgot what I was going with that. Oh yeah, I was saying with Tina is that I'm not familiar with the actress, so like to me it was just a real woman, and how I love like I don't know the cinematography really. The cinematography was great overall.
Oh, yeah.
But the way they just the camera lingers. Let's say Sydney and Tina talk, and then the Sydney leaves off like out of focus, just leaves, and the camera just focuses on Tina, and you can literally see in her that she's starting to respect Sydney, especially when she's tasted Sydney's. I forgot what they're making, her eggs,
Food.
I think.
No, it's like a something in the pot with the cream. It's like a
Yeah.
fancy
Oh, they
French.
mashed potatoes. or
Yeah,
something.
the mashed
Something
potatoes.
Like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
She
it's
she
really go in there.
tasted Sydney's mashed potatoes, was like,
Oh wow.
he could throw that. She could throw that respect.
Yeah.
And ever since then, she was different towards Sydney.
And like it also made her respect like all of these extra steps Sydney's having her doing. Like
Yeah.
Sydney's like, Tina in her mind like Sydney's just watching over her shoulder, but Sydney's actually just trying to make sure she knows like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And trying to bring the best out of everyone.
Yes.
I think
yeah.
that's when she kind of understands that too. Like, oh, she actually wants like what's
Yeah.
best for me, or like
And
not
the-
what's
and
best
the
for me. Like, yeah,
kitchen.
wants what's best for everyone. Like,
Yeah.
wants us to thrive,
team.
and not just like wants to be a dictator or something. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that system, it seemed like it was very tyrannical. That old system, the way of...
Or not even like I
Maybe.
think more anarchy. You know.
Yeah.
Like, it was.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was like everyone did
It's
their
chaotic.
own
Whoever
thing,
screamed
you
the
know?
loudest
Gets
wins.
heard.
Right.
Whoever gets
And
stabbed
I'm sure that
wins.
was Mikey. I guess that was funny. And that was Mikey and Richie yelling the loudest, and they ran that kitchen. That's why it was so rough when Carmi comes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing I want to ask: do either of you have any like almost like side characters that stand out? Like characters that maybe have a few moments that just you will always be like, I love that guy, or a girl.
For me, go first. Go
Oh,
first.
I was gonna say I thought of Sugar immediately, but not because I necessarily like love her. Like I don't know, she's Sugar. I don't know.
She's sugar.
But I just feel like she's so real the way she talks about their mom, Jamie Lee Curtis. Like I
Yes.
forget her actual name, but
Donna.
Donna. Like the way she just tries to she almost tries to be her mom. That's so real.
Yeah.
And she's definitely
Yeah.
Sugar is the mom of everybody else. She
Yeah.
has to be her mom's mom.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
we're
that's
we're
crazy.
definitely gonna dive into that soon. That dinner scene and that
Yeah.
whole flashback.
That was
But
great.
going
so
going to
great.
Sugar, you're right with Sugar. I did not like her season 1.
Really?
I thought
she's
she
a little annoying.
I thought she just added more to Carmi's plate in terms of
Yeah.
Carmi didn't really grieve Mikey, which is also part of Carmi's problem. But I feel like Sugar was always
That's why she was trying to get through to him.
it's trying to get through to him,
Right.
but Sugar like we'll get to the dinner scene. Like she always said, like, "Are you okay?" to the mother. She always said, "Are you okay?" to Carmi, and like Carmi doesn't really know the answer to that, first of all. But like to me, I found her annoying in the first few episodes. I'm like, dude, just let Carmi breathe. Or like everyone grieves differently.
Yeah.
But now with season 2, like seeing what she had to deal with,
You like just
you understand her character so much more. But that character that you're mentioning, that supporting character, to me it's very, because I'm going really obscure character, really obscure. Other than I'm gonna go into Fack in a second.
Fack is like
Fack, yeah, just talk about Fack for a second.
obvious one.
Yeah, Fack is the obvious
Yeah.
one. That man is just
He's
He
great.
Oh
steals
my
the show.
God, he steals the show.
He does.
He has his moments where like, my God, he's just hilarious.
You're always laughing when he
But
says
you know
it.
what I like liked
Literally,
weirdly? You know Marcus's roommate?
Yes.
Yeah.
The business student, bringing my boy inspiration.
Yeah, like the way he just walks in, like he doesn't
He's like,
work there.
Sup,
He has-
Chef Sydney?
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't work there
It's
at
just like-
all. It's just that obviously because when Mikey and Richie were in charge, he could just walk in. There was no rules. He just walks in with like food and he's like, "What's up, homies?" Like, you know,
I love he's like,
Um,
all right, I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna catch you later. And like,
Yeah.
leaves, like
I love
as
his-
he's dressed in like a suit.
exactly. And I love how
Literally, yeah.
supportive he is. Though. He's
Yeah.
a great guy. And we saw supportive when Marcus went to Copenhagen
Oh,
in
yeah.
season 2. How supportive he's like, "You can call me every day. I'm checking on you. I'll take care of your mom for you while you're gone." Like this guy's a
Which is
great
really
guy.
nice,
Great
yeah.
guy. But that's a very obscure character that shows up a few times throughout the show. That he's just hilarious the way he talks to everybody. And then another one will be Fact's brother.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, yes.
Fact's brother is an.
They
Oh.
are great together.
They are
Yeah.
that guy with the dinner episode and the ending when they open the bear. When he was the way his mannerisms are just unbelievable. That guy. And he's
I
a
love-
real person to me. Like it's unbelievable.
I love how they wanted to start a business like trading like
Trading baseball cards?
Yeah.
It's like
I try to flip him.
who they're talking to? John Mulaney's
Yeah.
character, and they were like, "Oh, like, trust me, the business is coming back. Like, you give us
Just need
$500,
$500.
I can make you $1,200." Like, it's so specific. And he's like, "Bro, I get you for $1,200," and John Mulaney was like, "Yeah, you know."
That's
He's
interesting.
That's
a
interesting.
I like his character.
But
Yeah, it's-
no,
it's-
we need to unbox that whole episode.
I just thought
Yeah.
of something funny. Uncle Jimmy, that's his name, right?
Yes, Jimmy.
Cicero,
Cicero.
Okay,
Cicero,
yes,
Cicero.
yes, Cicero. Like
Cicero.
when they're doing like the hot dog catering thing,
Oh, yeah.
and they
Great
accidentally
episode.
put the
Insane.
Xanax in the cooler.
No, Richie
whatever.
didn't accidentally
God.
put the Xanax in the cooler.
But
he
then
put the
he's just
Xanax
like,
in the cooler.
he's just like, okay, yeah, I'm with it. Like as
Yeah.
all the kids are passed out, he's
I
like,
thought he was gonna
God.
freak out. This one
Same.
that's
Yeah.
because that's like early on Cicero. That's like maybe the third episode.
yeah.
I thought he was gonna freak out because that's his family. But he I love how he loved the peace and quiet of it all. Even though like
Because
these
they
kids
said
are all
he hated all of like
Yeah.
how crazy it was.
He was
But,
just
like-
like, are they dead?
low key. Like if you
Yeah.
think about that, that's like an emergency. Like,
Yeah.
oh, these kids are on Xanax.
They
Yeah.
need to get
Yeah.
their stomach pumps now.
I'm like,
Yeah.
they're gonna brush over this and there's no repercussion for Richie putting Xanax. No one's gonna call the cops. But you know what? That's whatever.
Yeah.
This is Richie. That's what I didn't like Richie at all, and that's in the middle of me not liking Richie in season 1. That he did that. I was like, this guy's a piece of shit.
No, yeah.
I was like, this
Yeah.
guy's terrible.
I think one thing that they did that actually went a long way in season 1 and kind of making you not like maybe not understanding him, but being like, okay, maybe there's more to him.
Mhm.
Is like when he was on the phone with his daughter and
Yeah.
like being like,
Oh
you
my
had a
God,
bad day.
yeah.
Tell me
It
about
gave
it.
him humility.
Yeah.
It showed that this guy's just trying.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that's also like one thing I when you're talking about Sugar and how she's like very caring and stuff. I thought of this a little bit earlier too. I think one thing about Carmi too is that like he also I think cares a lot about everyone and like wants
He
what's
does.
best for everyone.
He does.
And I think that's also why he has like such high standards.
He just doesn't know how to show it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think like you could tell that with Marcus when it's like he's trying to give him like the resources he needs in season 1.
Yeah, he
And
helps
he really
you
tries
out.
his
Yeah.
best, yeah.
But it's like he does have insanely high standards, but that's just like what he came from.
It's
Is that-
just-
Like if you're
exactly.
willing to put in work and like he sees that like you're trying, he will like give you space to cook. You know,
And he'll tell you like, this is great chef, keep it up. Like, he can
Except
say
Marcus,
it.
Yeah, no,
like,
I
just-
really like that.
just through Marcus's donut.
Yeah.
He still
But
ate
that's the
it.
same
I'm gonna
time.
fuck up your whole day.
But
Yeah.
but at the same time, that's the issue with
Yeah.
Carmi, is that he doesn't know how to bottle it
Yeah.
at all. So
Yeah.
when things like with like the expo episode where the tickets are overflowing, he doesn't know how to bottle it or handle it, so he explodes, similar to how his mom does.
Or it's
And
like
he
everything
explodes.
is already bottled, and when one bad thing goes wrong,
It
all comes
overflows,
out.
and he doesn't know how to
Yeah.
handle it, so he hits Marcus' donut down. And but afterwards, after he calms down, he says, "That's a hell of a donut." Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That broke my heart, dude.
That
I
hurt me
know,
because
yeah.
I saw
Broke my
Marcus
heart.
as like an all-star in that kitchen.
Oh my god.
He was so
yeah.
adaptable.
MVP.
he
Someone who-
was so like he was so wholesome, dude.
Someone who
Yeah.
had hidden talent that that Mikey and Richie when they never tapped into.
Never.
They would never have known.
They would ever know this kid. Like I was like, this kid could bake. He could be somebody at the level of Carmi if he wants to learn
Yeah.
how to bake. And now under Carmi, he finally reached it. So yeah, when Carmi knocked that donut down and Marcus looked like a hurt puppy, I really felt it. I was like, no,
Yeah.
not him.
Dude,
Don't take it
yeah.
out on him. You know.
I was actually so happy when he had like his own episode and
that Copenhagen episode was
that was
great.
crazy, and the actor like was like what's his name like
I always forget his name.
Is it Holt? No, that's
no. I've always forget his name.
like you know what I'm talking about.
I looked up his name too and I forgot again.
One thing too,
Will something Will.
Yeah, I think so.
Will something.
He was
Will
like Strange or not Strange Adam Warlock.
He's Adam Warlock
in Guardian Galaxy.
Yeah. Will something.
Yeah, I don't know. Poulter.
Will Poulter.
Yes.
There we go. There we go. Will Poulter.
There was a
coming back in season 3, by the way. They said.
Dude, I love that. There was a
They
line.
did. Ooh, nice.
A line in season 1 where he said something about how he had a lot of competition when he was out in New York and
stuff. Oh, you're
stuff.
talking about his story?
Yeah.
His story was great.
Or no. In season 1, when Carmi was saying like when he was out at other restaurants, he was like competing hardcore.
Yeah.
For like the stage position and like whenever someone else
the CDC, the chef
like,
decor.
Yeah, like the really high up position. Yeah. And he was saying whenever someone else came in, he saw it as like an enemy, like
fresh meat.
Yeah, I think it was in like the yeah, okay. It was when he was talking at the AA, and he was telling his story to all of them. He was saying how he worked insanely hard.
Oh my god, that 7-minute monologue.
Yeah, that which was amazing.
The writing that goes back to the writing.
Amazing.
Oh my god, so good.
And the acting, because like he literally he maintained your attention with a shot of just him sitting there
for 7 minutes.
Sitting
for a
there
while.
speaking.
And you could just like see the emotion.
Yeah.
Like,
his body language.
And you can almost picture everything he's talking about.
Exactly.
Like, which I pictured everything. He was saying how like if someone came in and like he thought they were coming for his spot, like he put everything into like going like competing with them. And he was, I think, one of the people he was talking about was the guy who trained
for sure
Marcus,
oh, no,
which is
sure.
crazy
because
like to think that like
that's what he said. Remember, Will Poulter said that. There's a picture of
competing
in Richie's restaurant at the end. There's a picture of Will Poulter and his and Carmi like this, and I didn't mean to block you. And Will Poulter said it to Marcus. His story how he was competing.
I think it's so interesting that they set that up in like season 1 already. Like that they already like kind of talked about.
And they bring that character in season 2. It's so good.
So good.
So good.
It like the writing is amazing.
Yeah.
It really is amazing. So like tight, everything like so well set up, so believable, so real.
Yeah. I just want to touch on like Carmi's and Sid's relationship in season 1 because I feel like they're both stubborn at first and you could see their flaws like through and through. Like they're very flawed.
They have their ways of
one.
doing things. And
stuff. But like as time goes on, like they help each other and they get better at the end of season 1. They come to like an understanding and they like see each other like for who they really are.
Yeah.
And
they
I
have
think
trust.
that's so beautiful. And I feel like that's the only 2 characters that has that currently right now. Because they understand. Because it also.
I think Richie now has come
has
around
that.
Richie,
to Carmi.
yeah, but I'm saying for season 1.
Oh yeah, for season 1
for
sure. Yeah.
They started off with a bang. Like I was hooked on the show from the moment Sydney came in, and was like,
so interesting.
Hey, like here's my resume, and Carmi's reading her resume, and she's like, why are you here? Like you graduated from this institute, you worked here. Like why are you here at the Beef? And then she was like, what? He's like, why are you working here? And then she was like, oh, I came here as a child. And then that's her.
It was her dad's favorite place.
Her dad's favorite place.
Like, or they're both of theirs.
And then I was hooked. It's like interesting. Why is this character here? She's overqualified. Then she says, well, we didn't know this about Carmi. But then Sydney was like, why is the best CDC at the best restaurant in the world here?
Yeah, like why are you
like
here?
why are you here?
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, that sets up the whole series. Like why is this really highly qualified front of food magazine type chef here at this
like
low
3 stars.
like why is he here? And it's so good. Their relationship, and I see Sydney as just a younger Carmi, and Carmi's trying to help her through that because he sees herself in that. Because Sydney was very impatient in season 1.
Yeah.
I got so impatient. She freaks out. She blacks out. She stabbed Richie during the.
That was crazy.
I
just got stabbed.
I just got stabbed. He's like running to the front, like holding his ass.
Yeah.
Speaking of, my favorite side character, Ibra.
That's very interesting. Why?
I love him. I just love the
Ibra, yeah.
I love the line. I accept. Like
I
just
accept.
like going like that
Yeah.
all
Him
over.
watching in season 2 when he's watching the
No.
The safe. The
I
safe.
accept.
this is the SRS, like the
safe-
safe thing,
the
and he's
safe
like,
thing, yeah.
he's watching the video, he goes, I accept. Like,
Yes,
But I
yes,
love
makes
it's
sense.
after going like no, I accept. Like you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
Ibra's
love
character is
So it
nice.
sounds so serious.
I like there's so much. I think what I love about the kitchen is that they all have such interesting backstories. You learn Sweeps used to play for the Cubs.
That was brushed under. I like
Yeah.
how Marcus was like, at the,
Wait, you used to play for the Cubs?
he
Yeah.
played for like the minor league team for the Cubs.
Yeah.
It was like a really good player, and
Now he's just sweeping floors.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Marcus is like, wait, did you just say you play for the Cubs?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I
And
love
he just
that-
walks away.
He walks away.
And Ibra was like a military guy
in Africa, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or I think Somalia. or
Somalia,
something.
yeah,
That's why he
Somalia.
doesn't like uniforms.
Or
He always said he never liked uniforms, which is
Sudan,
very
maybe
good.
actually.
Maybe
Like,
one of those.
It was like one of those, and yeah, he doesn't like brigades.
Yeah.
I was in a brigade once.
What happened?
Many people died.
I was in a brigade once. A lot of people died.
I love this character.
Like
He's so good.
So many details where you're
Yeah.
like, what has this guy gone through?
Yeah, yeah.
I love Ibra. Ibra is probably my favorite side character.
Ibra's good.
What's
and I
yours,
felt,
Claire?
yeah.
Do you have?
Well, you said Sugar, right?
I wouldn't say she's my favorite.
Mm.
I don't even know.
So fair.
Mine's Tina.
Tina's good.
Yeah.
Tina's her turnaround
Mm.
was just A1.
When she brings her son in.
Maybe.
That was funny, and
Oh
it
my
was
God,
funny. Like,
yeah.
and like,
Listen to Jeff.
listen to Jeff. I love how tight knit
It's very.
they all, because they all know who the son is when they come in.
hmm
And Richie's like, "Hey, what's up? Good to see you again."
Did you bulk up?
Yeah, I love that. Like that little dialogue. It's like such family.
That also makes Richie seem more likable. Like I like the
Yeah.
little things when Richie's
Yeah.
like a cool guy.
when he talks like to community, like everyone knows this
Yeah.
guy.
One of the funniest lines when there's like the problem out front and he goes and fires the gun.
Oh my God,
And he's
yeah.
like, "Sorry, babe, it had to get real." Talking to Sid.
Yeah, it's that hooked me on to Richie, by the way, in the beginning. That's
Yeah.
the first episode that hooked me on from
So
Richie,
Yeah.
so
which
good.
is so good.
When he calls Sid like sweetheart or
Yeah.
something, he goes, "Oh, it's just Italian stuff, you
Yeah.
know." And
It's like
then
you're
he-
not even
He's
Italian.
like, yeah,
Not even
it's like
Italian.
Germanovich is his last name. He's like,
He's
"You're not
like
even
Polish.
He's Polish.
Yeah.
It's like you're not even Italian.
I'm more Italian than him.
But justice for the dishwashers. We never got to know them. They
I
were in
know.
the
I think
background. I
I
want to know
think
them
they're
more.
gonna eventually
The
come in.
dishwashers.
But I also think they like, even if they don't expand on them, they kind of just add to like the ambiance of like the restaurant.
It's a real kitchen,
Like,
so like yeah, you see them in the background working.
and they're kind of just doing their own thing.
They
just
have
wash
their
dishes,
lines
you know?
too.
The one guy came in the
Yeah.
front. He's like, Carmen's like, what do you say to them? He's like, guys, let's make sure we put the plates in. And then
Yeah.
they're
They're
all
like,
like,
take off this tape.
yeah, take off the
Yeah.
tape.
And he's like, wow,
Wow,
that
works.
felt good.
Yeah, I love that part. I love that part. That sounds like they're probably not even real actors, like the dishwashers
Mhm.
guys. You know,
Yeah.
they're probably just like, you
Yeah.
know.
That's why I think I like that they had like a few lines here and there.
Yeah, it was cute. I like
That's
that.
I don't think they're gonna be expanded on a lot, but I
Nah.
think they're gonna have like
More.
yeah,
Always the same
more
ones,
lines
probably,
and stuff.
But what are we?
I guess we can go into season 2 now.
Oh yeah, straight up.
So yeah,
Um,
it
And
isn't
then
as fresh in our heads as season
Yeah.
1
yeah.
because we were able to rewatch season.
Season
1.
2 was a more character-based one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The episode of Marcus, Copenhagen, episode
And
of
yeah,
Tina,
more
going
individual.
to Academy,
Mm.
the
Which is
Richie
cool.
episode,
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
dinner episode. I'm actually still seeing every single episode. I think I remember because
Yeah.
I just saw it last week.
Mhm.
The dinner episode, the Richie episode, Tina episode, Marcus, and then
Oh, Sid.
the
going
Sid
around.
episode when she's going around tasting other foods at the other.
That was
She's
good.
getting into
Restaurants.
very into Coach K.
Yeah,
which
very
is
into
cool.
Coach
That was really
K.
good.
Those are the episode, and her talking to her father more. Those are like the episode, and
Yeah.
then the end
Oh,
when they
and then,
open.
And then Carmi getting with Claire.
Oh,
Not-
Claire.
Obviously
Yeah.
not this gorgeous Claire here,
Claire.
but the
Yeah.
Claire in the show.
Claire in the show.
That
Um,
whole storyline, I don't know how to feel
Um,
about that. That is
I
like very.
mean, I loved
we're
Claire,
meant,
though.
I think
Claire
we're
was
meant
cool.
to be mixed feelings because we know
Yeah.
so much about these characters and we know how they developed throughout.
Right
throughout
person,
season
wrong
one.
time. I think.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and disagree a little bit.
Okay, I like that. I
Okay.
like that.
I think what they're setting up. I think she is a good person. I don't know if she's right for Carmi.
Mm.
I think because it's a lot to do with how he was kind of not forced into it, but like kind of like pressured by friends and family into hanging out
For
with
years,
her.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you also go into when they actually do hang out. They are very different people. Like she's a party person, you know. Like if she went to a party,
Yes.
He's
not.
not.
He's
You know,
social, really.
they are like pretty different people, and like they don't mesh well, and I think that's why he kind of blew up.
It also seems like she wants more of like, I don't want to say like intense, but more of like, she wants to talk to Carmi all the time. She wants to hang out. She wants to have dinner. Like, she wants a lot of his time, and all of his time goes to the restaurant. The only time he has, he's drinking a Pepsi and passing out on his couch. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's...
He literally puts everything into his restaurant. Yeah. He doesn't have enough else to do.
As I said, like, right person, wrong time.
Mm-hmm. I also think, like, if you think about his life, when did he have time to date and really find himself, what he likes, how relationships even work? I think he's never had a relationship, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, he's dealing with the grief of his brother, this new restaurant that's literally on fire, and now this chick is like, you're not giving me enough attention.
I don't remember
basically.
her being like that.
She wasn't like bad, but it was like
it's...
she wasn't negative about it, but she was pursuing him.
I feel like she was, but I feel like she felt bad for him most of the time. Mm. Like, I feel like she felt sympathy.
But it was also like, it seemed like he probably could have communicated it better, but I feel like he's the type of like, he wants a relationship where he has space. He wants space, and she wants less space.
I think he could be the person to like the lack of like it. I don't think it's his time. I think she came in just the wrong time. He's opening a restaurant at the same time. I think he has zero time for a girlfriend right now when she came.
I think also in terms of I think some of her personality, like where I think Carmi to some degree is at a different point in life where it's he doesn't really care about self-enjoyment, you know what I mean? He finds like his work fulfilling, and that's like all he needs. And Claire is like the opposite, where she like, I think from what I remember, she likes work but doesn't like work, and more like goes to seek fulfillment everywhere else, you know?
I want to expand on that because, like, obviously in the second season we see 7 fishes, and we get to see Carmi's family, Mikey, his mother, which are, those two are very
one of the best episodes of television.
That was so good, and the casting alone was
incredible.
But insane.
Like, I feel like there we get to see why Carmi, Sugar, Mikey, Richie, why they are the way that they are, because they're in that environment.
It gives you the best context.
High stress constantly.
I can't blame Claire too much. Because I feel like it's also Carmi's fault. Because he has a lot of traits from his mother. And I love when Richie said, okay,
I think
Donna,
he knew that too.
Yelling at him in the fridge. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, you know, he just never really thinks, like, self-reflects on himself and how his output affects others.
Until it's too late.
Yes. Yeah. And Richie is a good example of that. Sid is a great example of that because she always keeps him in check all the time. Saying, like, whoa. And saying, like, sorry. So just incredible.
I think, but the thing is, Claire is a family friend, right? So Claire probably knows the family, probably knows that. That's why I kind of...
It's like friend of, like, fact, I think, too.
Friend of fact, But my thing is, that's why I feel like she would know that family.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why it goes into what I'm saying. Like, I think she just feels bad for him a lot of the time. Like sympathy, I don't know.
I want to disagree because, like, there's a lot of stuff you can keep away from, like, somebody that is just family friends. Like, you don't know the whole family. You know what I mean?
I'm agreeing with you, though. I'm agreeing with you,
I feel like I think she felt bad for him because she knows that there is so much more to him than just the restaurant and being a chef. And especially what happened to Mikey, because she probably knows how hard that is. But I think it's just surface level stuff like that, not like how we know Donna and how.
And we saw that. To go into, like, Carmi's is Donna's son.
Yeah.
Literally.
I think Carmi is just
so crazy.
Like Donna.
Yeah.
The way they
love
stress.
cooking too.
Yeah.
They love cooking. They handle. I think he got his talent from Donna, his mother. And by the way, can we just talk about Jamie Lee Curtis's performance as Donna?
So good.
I don't think do we have to say anything? Honestly, can we just have a moment of silence?
Yeah.
Honestly, right? Like, Jamie Lee Curtis is Jamie Lee Curtis.
What an ending to that episode too, right?
Oh
like
my
her
goodness.
driving through the fucking house.
Yeah.
Dude.
Holy crap.
She got like an award-winning performance in that one episode. She took that episode. She was going for the Oscar.
Whoever did casting
took it.
Like needs to
get
like
get an award.
Like They need to do casting for everything. From
No,
now
like
on.
that casting's unbelievable. Alright, Dio, who plays Mikey?
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal.
Whoa.
Dude, I know, I'm a Walking
Whoa.
Dead fan.
His-
I'm a Walking Dead and Punisher fan. That's
his-
messed up, right?
Acting in that was incredible because you can see the
That-
pain and you can see he's going
Dude.
through something.
Hearing
And you
him
can
say
kinda,
"Let it
like-
rip" breaks me every time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Him, that whole scene with Owen Kirk. What's his name?
Mucho.
The dinner scene with the
Oh,
guy-
Bob
Odenkirk.
Odenkirk. I
That's-
forgot that he was in it
Yes,
too.
he's in it.
Oh my
He-
god.
Actually, me too.
Yeah.
Like that's how crazy the
Yeah.
casting was.
Yeah.
That Bob Odenkirk got drowned out by like
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis, John Mulaney,
John
what's her
Mulaney,
face
Sarah
from
Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
Sarah
Yeah.
Paulson. John Bernthal was
Dude,
you know,
so crazy.
such good actors.
So
but
many.
yeah, Odenkirk was and that scene where Mikey kept throwing the fork at him.
Oh my god.
And that was when I felt
Uh.
like what you were saying. I was in the room with them,
Mm.
and I felt like really tensed up. Like I couldn't if I was there, I couldn't eat during this. Like it would ruin my night. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
one of those scenes.
But it was also just the
And-
whole episode was uncomfortable.
And then at the end, when he finally just like he reels down, just throws the third fork at them, and then that's when
Yeah.
like the table goes up and like
They
all
just start
hell
fighting,
breaks
hell
loose.
breaks loose.
Yeah.
And the
And
whole
then-
time, Carmi's just watching it.
Yeah, and then the pan to Sugar's face. It's like so cinematic and so horribly beautiful.
And that's what
Ugh.
tells me why Sugar is the way she is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right then and there, that little look to her face,
Mhm.
it's telling her, and that tells me who she is.
I
right
think
there.
because she always
Yeah.
also feels like she has to like
Keep it in check.
like
She has to
put
fix
the fire out.
and to
and
fix
stuff.
Yes.
everything. Like she has to
Uh-huh,
fix
yeah.
everything.
Because
Yeah.
nobody helps.
Yeah.
And you can totally
Mhm.
see that.
I think that also
Yes.
puts her in like the crossfire all the time, like immediately going to help her mom.
No,
Her mom's
of
like,
course.
"Get away!"
No,
like,
yeah,
I
she
think-
deals with the mom the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she also makes it worse.
She does
Yeah.
make it worse.
Because she doesn't know when to stop. Or
'Cause she-
like read the room, but it's just in her nature, and I don't blame her for that.
Yeah, when she said
Yeah.
like, "Mom, are you okay?" and everyone's like,
Ugh.
"Why
And
did you say
especially
that?"
that conversation before when Mikey and her were outside and he was just telling her like, you gotta stop saying it, don't say it, it'll be fine. And then we go inside and then it progresses and then she
It like
says
slipped
it.
out her mouth,
It like it just crushed me.
and then and like he said, and you see like Carmen go, "Jesus Christ!" Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the worst
Because
time.
doesn't she like drop what she's doing, turn around, and it goes?
She
into,
does.
like,
She
a
wasn't even
whole big
talking. She was
thing?
like, "Am I okay? Do I feel
Yeah.
fucking okay?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I love Sarah Paulson when she was when Donna was going on that tangent. She was like, "Do I look like someone who needs to be asked if I'm okay?" And Sarah was like, "Yeah," like without even
Oh my
thinking.
God,
She
yes.
goes, "Yeah, you do." And then Jamie was like, "What did you just say?" It was
Yeah.
so good.
So good.
A-list actresses, by the way,
Mhm.
like A-list actors, and like just putting a you know
like it's literally a masterclass.
putting a masterclass in this
Literally,
dinner
yeah.
scene.
Like I would say, because have you guys seen Secession?
No, I have not yet.
No,
Yeah,
but I've
yeah.
heard it was good.
Like it was the level of acting and casting was on par with like Secession. I'd
Yeah.
say like some of the best episodes of Secession.
Yeah, it's like
Personally, I would
That's
say.
for another episode, folks.
Oh yeah, because you don't really like another episode.
I don't
the
want to get
Succession
too
episode coming
political
soon.
right
The
here.
Succession
political.
episode coming soon. Succession app. But yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
As someone who kind of comes from like a background where home is just kind of chaos and crazy, it really feels so crazy watching those scenes. Like I feel like that feeling where you're just like frozen. You're just like,
Like,
oh my god, what is
Dread.
happening
Yeah.
right now? It's
Yeah.
seriously like, yeah.
You
I
get
don't
all
know,
these.
it's
You get
fucking
all these
real.
very in-depth characters at one dinner table. A lot of
yeah.
Yeah.
skeletons in the closet at one table.
Mhm.
And I must say, Jamie Lee Curtis shined. John Bernthal shined at that table.
He
Yeah.
stole the
That-
show
oh
in
my-
both of his
And,
appearances.
and he shined with Jamie Lee Curtis. Those two stole that show. The way that he acted, and you feel bad for him because you know all the context. You feel, and this is like it was like 200 days ago or something like that. Like it
Yeah.
really wasn't. No, it was like weeks, so it was a while ago. But it was like it wasn't that soon before he killed himself. Like
Yeah.
this is like this
No,
is this
yeah.
is like Mikey in his third act. This is him at the end,
It is. You could tell.
and you can tell how Bob Odenkirk talked to him was like, you know,
that was really getting to him.
And I think like that could have been one of the last reasons he did what he did was that dinner.
Yeah.
And the way Bob Odenkirk's character, I forgot what uncle he was.
Because didn't he call him like a loser?
Yeah, he kept saying that. He kept saying that over and over again, and I kept panning.
You're nothing,
now I don't know why
nothing.
he kept. I don't know
Oh
in the
God.
like. The editing is so good. I don't know if he said that in the scene, like at the dinner table, he said it over and over again, or that's just what Mikey's focusing on.
I think it was
He's like,
Mikey's
"You're
focusing
nothing," and
on.
it could like the audio kept changing.
was
You're
at the
nothing.
end,
You're
yeah.
nothing. And it's like,
so
and
crazy.
that's like, and then the beautiful like
Makes me
music.
scared for Carmi. I'm just gonna say that.
Why?
Why say that?
I mean, when you said that, I just like drew like lines, like, I don't know. I thought of like Carmi when he was stopping at the nice restaurant, whatever,
And
and
the
the guy's
other
like,
chef.
"You're nothing, like you're nothing."
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
and
same
just the
thing.
pressure, and
Yeah.
just you're gonna crack eventually.
I mean, this is
Maybe that's why he
like messed up to think about, but it's like almost like Carmi goes through that pressure all the time, and like he thrives on it. But Mikey,
but
Mikey
does,
wasn't a
yeah.
chef.
but does
Yeah.
he really thrive?
He
though?
doesn't.
yeah, that's a
He
great
doesn't.
Does he
point.
really
That's
thrive?
a great
because
point.
remember
He
during
loves
dinner
it,
when
but
they
he doesn't
opened up
thrive
the
off it.
restaurant, he saw that guy in the crowd and he wasn't really there.
And he lost it.
And he like was like, "Oh my God, I'm having a panic
He's
attack or
reeling.
whatever."
Yeah, and he said it
And,
himself. He's like, I need to learn how to enjoy things. He doesn't know how to enjoy. He doesn't know how to be
Yeah.
happy.
That's a good point.
He sees
Yeah.
something like this, and he's just thinking about the negative. He's a glass half empty kind of guy,
Yeah.
and he's seeing the
Yes.
negative and everything. And he's thinking like, this is not enough. These forks are wrong. Like he's freaking out, seeing all the negative
Yeah.
stuff, and not that like he brought his whole family there.
Yeah.
They love the food. You're probably gonna have a
amazing.
success here.
Yeah.
But he's just saying that like he sees his mentor in the crowd. He's freaking out about everything. Him getting locked in the freezer was just.
That was a crazy.
They set it up in
That was
the
amazing.
episode before with the freezer not
yeah.
opening and it
Yeah.
broke.
Yeah.
They set it up beautifully, and in my head, I don't know if I told you when we watched. I was like, that's gonna come into play eventually,
Oh, I know, yeah.
and it did beautifully because it sets up season 3, like you know, of him being trapped in there
Yeah.
and just letting his feelings out. That's when he said, like, I don't know how to feel joy, I don't know how to be happy, you know. So like that's him to me.
What do you feel about him, like saying that stuff to Claire?
That's why I was saying that Claire's sympathetic to him. It wasn't like, oh, Carmi, screw you. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that. It was more like
Fine, I'll give
Claire
you
was
your
like,
space.
she looked sad
Yeah.
because of it.
Yeah.
She looked very sad.
I think she also kind of, in that moment, I think she knew that was always going to be the outcome.
Yeah.
And I think it was just her.
She
Like,
wanted to
I
fix
knew
him.
this
She
would
wanted to
happen.
fix him. That was her
Kind of
whole
like-
point.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, she looks at him like, oh, I can fix that boy. You know what I mean? That's Claire.
Yeah.
She wanted to fix him. And she knows that what Carmi was saying was not to her. She's not stupid.
hope
She
so,
didn't
yeah.
introduce, like, the girl's smart. I don't think it's like one of those shows where it's like, he thought she was talking. No, I think she's realistic. She came up to the freezer, him talking already.
What about?
You know what I mean? So.
What about that voicemail she left earlier in the episode? She went to call him and he didn't pick up, and he was supposed to call the fridge guy.
I forget.
And then he got distracted by something he needed to taste or whatever,
Yeah.
or sign. And then in the freezer, he listens to her voicemail and she tells him
like,
that,
I love you.
"Hey, I love you," at the end of it, and he just is like,
And then that's after she already stormed off.
yeah.
So it's just, I think he was just at rock bottom.
Yeah.
He was-
No, I
That's
genuinely
it.
think that
Yes,
that's probably his
yeah.
rock bottom.
He's at rock
Yeah.
bottom, the character. You know, and it was sad is, this is his character. He's at rock bottom, but outside the freezer is a hit.
Yeah,
It's
no,
his
really.
character.
Yes.
That's who he is.
He
can't
can't
find
enjoy.
joy.
He
Anything.
can't enjoy his
Yeah.
success.
So his rock bottom is literally his dream success. It makes beautiful sense to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally outside the freezer, Richie took over, which is his storyline coming
Yeah.
in. Richie took over and nailed it.
Sydney
And
did.
everyone nailed it. The
Yeah.
dinner was success, and he at the same time he's at rock bottom now, at the
Yeah.
height of his success. It's
Do you think he
perfect.
almost feels like unnecessary then?
In
Like,
that moment, yes.
Everyone like
In that
killed it
moment,
without
I
him.
think
In
he
that-
feels
in that-
helpless.
In that moment, I feel like not because I don't think he has that self-loathing where he's like, I'm not needed here, like Richie is. And when Richie was like, you guys don't need me, I'll leave.
Where it's like everyone could do this without me.
I don't think Carmi has that attitude. I think it's just like his like
He needs to be
insecurities.
there.
He needs to be
He
there.
needs to see what's going on all the time. He needs to jump in if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
If not, it's his fault.
I
Exactly.
think it's
You
also
know?
because he grew up in chaos. That's kind of all he
Yeah.
knows.
Yes.
That's all he knows. That's his normal. So
Yeah. And that's why he blew up on Richie when Richie
that's
came.
That's also why he does so well
Yeah.
in kitchen settings. In
Yeah, he's
general,
like the top,
with
one of the top
the
chefs.
stress
Yeah.
and everything.
And that's why I felt bad because Richie's story was such a slow burn in terms of like one of the best arcs in the whole show. Richie's story, how when he went to the restaurant, I love the part where like she's like the girl who's like firing the orders, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, that's a great idea!" Like out loud, like it's still Richie, but he's learning everything, and it made me sad at the end because I must say the last episode ended on a sour note. It just did. So it made me sad when Richie talked to Carmi at the end, and Carmi saying the stuff that Bob Odenkirk said to Mikey, "You're a fucking loser. You're nothing, Richie. You're nothing." They're just blown up at each other. And I didn't like Carmi in that moment at all because I feel like, and then they showed the shot of just very like, you could take what you want of just Richie smoking, like a close up of him just smoking and just walking away. And I'm praying that this doesn't reset Richie.
I don't think it
After finding purpose, because I think Richie's whole storyline is purpose. Since he just needs to find his place in the world, and he finally did. And I really hope that Carmi not spewing that same like garbage to Richie that he heard his whole life. I hope that doesn't reset him to where he was.
Especially because I think Richie like finally respected like Carmi's opinion.
Because he saw the business he worked in. He worked in the business, so he was like, "Oh, this is why Carmi's the way he is." You know what I mean? This is the business.
Yeah.
So, but the way Carmi treated him at the end, and that's why Richie called him Donna.
Yeah.
Richie called him Donna, which was
fitting.
Beautiful writing.
It's so beautiful.
When he slipped like that, he's like stop, like shut up, Donna, and then you know what he called himself. I'm like, that's what me and you like. So we looked at each other, we're like, Carmi's Donna. I mean, that's his mother's son, and it's just I'm really wondering where Carmi's gonna go from here.
I do too.
He has to like how they're gonna treat him. You know what I mean? Because I must say the restaurant went better without him. Him being locked in. Remember when he was there? It was more chaotic. Nothing was getting done. When Richie took over, they started firing orders more, and I just don't.
Which that was a great moment.
Great moment. He's like,
so
I could do this.
great.
I could do that. Oh my god, I love
5
that.
minutes on the clock.
Need this.
Which adds to like his own insecurity and like why he blew up so much.
Yeah. Oh, so perfect, beautiful writing, right? How like how and you said this like how one character's success is everyone's success. This is the instant when you said in the beginning of the episode how one character's success is another character's, you know, not even sometimes the opposite. And Richie's success was Carmi's rock bottom in this situation, and that's why Carmi I feel like lashed out on Richie, and now they're back at the level. It's just really real. It's real. Yeah. And it's just beautiful. It's really like tragically beautiful because season 2 didn't end on a like rainbow note.
No.
Like season 1 pretty much.
Season 1 did.
Yeah,
season 2 did not end on a good note.
Because they know they're getting renewed. That's why.
Because they know. It's alright. It's coming out. By the way, it's coming out next month. Season 3.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Serious?
You guys didn't know?
I didn't know
It's
that.
in June.
Oh shoot!
The universe,
That's
the
amazing.
universe wanted us to do an episode.
I looked it up. I was like, when's season 3? And it said June 2024. I was like,
hell yeah.
Hell
Maybe
yeah.
we could do like a mini episode on it.
Oh yeah. Part 2, the bear review.
Part 2 of the bear,
The
Complete
review.
coincidence, guys.
Complete coincidence. But yeah. Anything else?
I don't know. Do you have any more notes?
I have actually something I wanted to bring up because just like everyone else in the goddamn show, do you guys remember who Pete is?
Yes.
Okay.
Sugar's husband.
I
Oh my God,
love
yes!
Pete. I forgot about Pete, just like
nicest-
everyone else.
The nicest guy ever.
I love Pete. There was the moment at Cicero's party where like
Oh my God.
people are like kind of shitting on Carmi, and like, he's like, "No, guys, like, do you not know what he did?"
Yeah, he's like great. Yeah.
I love Pete. I don't get why everyone shits on him.
Because
my
it's
God.
the family.
Yeah, I
It's-
know.
He's just an outsider.
No,
He's
yeah.
an outsider, kind of like how John Mulaney's character was.
Yeah.
These are just genuine nice guys from like off the block, who just comes in like through like marrying into the family, who are just like nice guys who probably had a different upbringing, who had a nice upbringing, and they're like, this is a crazy family that they're getting themselves into.
He cares so much too about the family.
So they're like, oh, Pete's here. They're like, ugh, Pete, what a piece of
He's
shit.
like, hey guys,
Hey, guys,
see you guys.
Oh my God,
The
what-
finger
when he
guns,
brought
you know.
tuna.
I was about to say, when he brought the
fishes,
tuna casserole to the 7 fishes,
and then
Sugar's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
What
it's
the fuck
like,
are you doing?
come on, Pete,
I
I
just
told
wanted
you
to
not
help
to
out.
do that, and she just threw it
And he's
out.
like, Pete, I told you not to do that.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't come empty-handed. Like, he's such a genuine nice
Dude,
guy.
he is such a nice
He's
guy.
like, you brought an 8, and then Carmen's like, no, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? No, you can't bring an 8th fish with 7 fishes. Is that not 25 minutes?
We'll ride it out, I think, because I think we still got like 5 minutes, so.
Never good. So, great character,
I
great
wanted
guy.
to
I
add
can
to
say for
his
Pete.
character in the end of when they opened up just for family friends. And he sees Donna outside, and he goes and he's like, "Hey, Donna, like come inside."
That was actually such a
heartbreaking
moment.
Very heartbreaking moment. Heartbreaking.
Oh my
It
god.
was such a good choice to have Pete do that.
Yes.
That was
such
choice.
a good
That was
choice.
such a good choice.
And
He's
like
such like a neutral
the way he
party.
was just
Yes.
crying because he was genuinely so sad.
And he understood, yeah.
And he was genuinely so happy.
Through and through.
Remember, he's on that bet that Donna would show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He did, and she did.
And she did.
And she did.
And again, this goes into Donna being Carmy because Donna can't enjoy her kid's success.
Yeah, and she's like, no,
And
I'll
like
just
she
ruin it. And
defeats
I'm
like very defeatist, where it's like if I go, it's just like they don't want to see me. You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
just
literally
gonna cause
how
problems.
Carmy had, and it's like you're seeing that she can't enjoy her kid's success. She feels like she's gonna ruin it if she
Yeah.
steps in there. And it's just so her character's so like she's mentally ill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She is. She's also an addict.
She's an addict, so alcoholic. She's alcoholic.
She's an alcoholic.
So it's like I feel like so bad for her character.
Oh my god, yeah.
And she like but Pete, like you said, the perfect person to confront her outside.
It really was.
good.
And the fact that he
It tied
started
in everything.
and the fact that he started crying when he sat back down and started talking to Sugar.
Oh
So
my
like
god,
you know,
yeah.
it was so
Yeah.
because
And
he
then
promised Donna not to tell him that she showed
Yeah.
up, and he was just so broken by
And he
that.
was like, don't put it to her. Don't put it on her that if she
Just remember
doesn't
next
show
time you
up.
see her, don't
Yeah.
put it. Oh my
And
god, like
oh my
this
God,
guy
that line.
was like maybe she's going through a lot, and she
Dude,
just
I'm
can't
so
handle-
happy I
and
mentioned
Sugar
Pete.
was like,
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Just
because,
like
wow.
remembering that.
Oh my god.
Actually.
And I feel like that brought a little bit of peace to Sugar too, because she's always trying to like figure out her mom and figure out like, hey, are you okay? And she doesn't really know exactly if she's ever okay.
And
at
I feel
all.
like she's always defending her
all
mom.
the time.
So
yeah.
to finally have
Even
someone
if-
else like kind of like
Mhm.
agree with her.
Yeah, agree
I
with
think
her
was
and be like,
reassuring.
hey, like she might be going through a lot. Like, don't worry about it. It's not her fault.
She
Don't
still
hold it
loves
to
you.
it.
She's
She
so
still
happy.
loves you.
She's
Like that validation, like you could see that it really meant a lot to her,
Yeah,
which was
dude.
really nice.
And,
that,
like,
that was a hard
She
scene.
didn't
It was a
know
very
like
hard
why
scene.
he was saying that, but like
Yeah.
he was genuinely saying that, and she knew he was genuinely saying those
Yeah,
words.
like they
you
saw
know?
each other in that moment.
Yeah, I think
So-
Sugar did know. I feel like some part
Maybe
Sugar
part of her
knows
did.
that
Maybe,
maybe
a
her
small,
mother
small
did
part.
show up
Yeah.
after this, but
But honestly, like that night was so crazy anyway that there was a lot of things going on that maybe she didn't, but we will never really know.
oh my god, it probably was like
When the
just
toilet clogged.
the toilet clogged, and she's the one pregnant, the one
yeah,
doing it,
doing it
and then
at Sack.
and then she yells at Swoops, "Go to the next store and get as many forks as you can."
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
yeah.
so good, like the chaos
Yeah.
of it, and the fact that Fack was out there with the suit, like
Yeah, it's so good.
Fack
Oh.
was so good.
Yeah.
You
I love that.
know, I just
He was like what, like an
realized-
usher or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, like he was like Richie, like a stewardess.
Oh yeah.
I want to point out that like during the process of them like doing demo and like getting the permits and everything, everybody had a job, right?
Mhm.
Everybody was doing something. Carmy
mm-hmm.
was supposed
I
to
heard
be
about
like
this.
supervising and like being with Sid, doing a tasting menu.
He's supposed to be
menu.
with Sid more.
He was supposed to be with Sugar, trying to figure out all these dates, plans, money, whatever. As soon as Claire came into the photo, everything went out the window for him. But even before then too, like his focus was never really there, and I feel like he had a hard time accepting that this was actually happening, and that I feel like he was second guessing, like, can I really do this? Do I really want this? Is it something that I want to do? And I just think it's so fitting how the end he's not there for the success of it, and he wasn't there for the throughout it
Interesting, yeah, I like
either,
that.
like
I like
going
that.
through the motions. Because
That's very
Sugar
interesting.
chose a painting that he didn't like. Sydney had asked him a couple times to call the fridge guy. He didn't do it. And there's just a bunch of stuff that Carmy was like not involved for. And I wonder if that comes into what we were saying about him being Donna and him like pulling back, or like him just like
Being distracted.
letting his mind get in the way of everything and not doing what he needed to do, you know?
But you could look at the inverse of that, and I must say, when Claire came in the time she did, he needed that. He needed at the same
I feel
time
like
he
he
needed
He
at the
did.
at the beginning.
He needed the
did.
outlet.
He needed a distraction, and Claire was that. He needed that at the same time. So I
In the
don't blame him
beginning, yeah.
when he like instead of going with Sid to the multiple restaurants like test, he
Yeah.
went out with Claire that night.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
did,
blame
yeah.
him there, but then again, it became a distraction after a while where
Yeah.
he's just not involved
Yeah.
in the process.
The repeatedness of it.
The
Yeah.
repeatedness of it.
I just don't think he knows how to juggle anything other than like kitchen.
Very good
Right.
scene. Very good scene. Very underrated scene. Was the last episode of the episode before where him and Sydney. Yeah. Want me to hold it?
Keep going.
When him and Sydney were repairing the table, Do you guys
Oh
remember
my
that scene?
god, yes, I love that scene.
They were repairing the table. They're underneath the table. There's a wide shot, just them underneath the table, talking to each
Like
other.
a few hours
It's when he got her like the
before
chef
they opened.
Oh yeah.
outfit.
Yeah.
It was just one shot, camera like right below them, underneath the table because they're fixing something
They were
on it.
hanging like
The
the hook
little
or
hooks.
something, yeah.
And they're talking to each other about what were they talking to each other about? Do you remember?
I think it was pretty much about each other, like, hey, like, what if we fail? What if this doesn't work? Well, Sid opens up about that.
Yeah.
I just love their conversations. I love their
That was a great
relationship so bad.
conversation about how far they
Yeah.
came. That conversation, and it's just them underneath the table fixing something
Yeah.
before they open,
Mhm.
and it's just very simple, and it just tells them a lot.
It was about him. That episode was partly him, like, trying to figure out if Claire was his girlfriend.
Mm.
And, like,
They were
I
talking
think
about
they
that a
were
little bit.
talking about that a little bit as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you gotta get it together. You know, like, is
You need
she
to
or
figure
is she
this
not?
out.
Yeah.
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 That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good season 2. I saw it like on one of the script
Yeah.
that yeah, season 2 writing was just as good as season 1's,
Mhm.
but I feel like there's more like jaw dropping moments in
There's
season
more
2.
depth
Yeah.
in
More
season
depth. Season
2.
2 like
The character development.
because
They had more room.
The season 1 was more the restaurant
yes,
themed.
They did.
Yeah, the restaurant
such
themed.
good words.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's more about the restaurant. This was more about the characters and how the characters come to being who they are at the end. Like my
Mhm.
goodness, Tina is like a full on chef at the end.
Which is
So awesome.
She's a Sue. She's
She's a
literally
Sue,
Sue, and
and-
she's like
And it's
training all these people.
amazing.
It's amazing.
Marcus is a trained bake, like with sweets, making caviar
Has all
Yeah.
these ideas.
sweet, and he's
stuff.
like killing it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
yeah.
I just remembered Marcus's mom dies in this episode,
Oh, that too.
and they just
yeah,
pan
forgot.
to
Yeah, the-
his nurse calling him repeatedly,
spamming
texting
his
him.
phone like
and it just breaks my heart because it's
I
opening
forgot
night.
about that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I forgot about
like
that too.
he was probably so excited to go back
To
and
tell her
to
about it.
and to talk to her about it, and she just like
again.
He's not
Season
there.
2 ended
Oh.
with such a sour note,
Yeah, it was like a
yeah.
rough ending for everyone.
But I also think
except
that
for the
gives-
restaurants. It's like
Yeah.
crazy, huh?
yeah.
That is kind of bittersweet for Marcus because at the same time he was also taking care of her, and I think as sad as it is to say, this offers him a lot more room for growth.
No, for sure.
Yeah. You can say like
yeah.
he was maybe like a little bit held back,
Mhm.
rightfully so though. But
Yeah.
And like mentally,
Honestly,
he can
it
put
just
his all
sucks
into
though,
it.
like the timing
Yeah.
of it, the day
Yeah,
of.
no.
Him and Sid
Yeah.
can finally be a thing.
That's nice,
Yeah.
right? I love how they set that up.
I know, yeah, I
You
like
know,
that
I
a lot.
forget
That's been
how
a thing since like season
The
one.
I
beginning.
forget how
It was,
young
yeah, it was, yeah.
Marcus is. Like Marcus is a
Yeah,
young guy.
he's
So
young.
is Sid.
Mhm.
Sid is even older than I thought she would be. I
Yeah.
thought she was a teenager. No, she graduated
Yeah.
college, so she's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
23,
she
24.
Mid- 20s.
older.
Yeah, she's mid-
Because not only did she graduate from
She
like
had her own
schooling, she had her
business.
own business for a bit.
Yeah, so like she's
She did, which
Mhm.
fails,
she's probably like
but
a little
yeah.
younger, like same age as Marcus. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, Marcus season 1. Marcus sleeping over at the beef, so he could
Oh
train
yeah,
more.
keep training.
So cool.
And, yeah,
That was
good.
really nice. I felt so bad.
Mm.
That was the
that's,
same-
That's
the
when
same-
sweeps came
That's
up
what
and was
suits
like,
with the Cubs.
hey,
Yeah.
you need
Yeah.
a place to stay, you know?
Mhm.
That was the same scene. We were like, wait, you played for the Cubs?
That
That's the
was
same
awesome.
scene. But
I want to say one last thing.
Yeah.
I feel like throughout this second season, there was like a lot of good things happening for a lot of people. Like I feel like even Ibra's was not even that like sad. I think he
no, Ibra had a good ending.
he had a good ending.
What was his ending? Because I
He had to
remember
get
he didn't go.
He had to
He
renew
did.
his license for like the
Yeah.
service
And
thing,
him and Tina like had a little talk at the drive-in.
and
window,
he
which
became a
was
drive-in,
good.
the drive-in
The
guy.
drive-in guy.
That's good.
So he was like being certified by it, and he was happy with it.
That's what
But
he's like.
feel
He was
like-
watching the video. He's like, I accept. Like
Yeah.
you know. What I mean?
But I
Yeah.
feel like with that, the whole process of like getting the restaurant up took a lot of time from everybody. And by the end, when it opened, it just exhausted everybody of everything good. Because all the good stuff was happening, and all their hopes and dreams and sweat and blood and tears, my goodness, was like put into this project. And then when it finally opened, it was like chaotic, but it was great. But then at the end, like reality hits, and it's like, whoa, and everything gets sucked out of you. It's like no more good at all. It's just so raw and real. I just love it.
I wonder like
I
how many.
definitely agree
I wonder
with
how many more
Yeah.
A-list actors are gonna show up in this third season.
I know, yeah.
As long as it's not Christopher Walken. The beef. But
You gotta stop. One more thing I guess I want to ask. How do you think Carmi's story is going to, like, resolve? Like, how do you think, going into the next season, do you think he's going to kind of come to terms with him being Donna's son? Or do you think he's going to just kind of dig deeper, you know?
I don't know. I would like to hope that he, like, you know, grows past it. But honestly, for the sake of how season 2 ended, I'm going to say he's going to dig deeper. Just because like he doesn't know how to get out, and nobody can help him but himself.
It's definitely. Do you think it's going to be like a season 3 arc for Carmi, or do you think it's like a more long term?
I think it might be long term. Just because his character is like, there's so much more depth to his character than what we know. And it wouldn't make sense to just do it in one season and then.
I think
especially like having 2 seasons set up for it.
Exactly.
To just finish it.
I believe you could be able to do like a 9-10 episodes.
No,
you could.
Sure.
You could.
Do I want it? No.
But
I want more depth.
Is it like blowing your load too early? You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think that everyone around him went through an arc. Everyone changed around him in Sydney. Except for him. He's the same as he was from season 1.
You're right.
So,
what if he turns into like a Mikey? Almost like kind of like constantly going in circles, you know? And everyone else kind of like
him becoming like the very thing he's like the antagonist almost. Like
not the antagonist, but like it's almost like his demons almost like just keep him like not able to progress, not able to do anything until it's like digging further down.
I think he needs to. I think he would agree with Mikey. I think he needs to talk to his mother.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to do that eventually.
They will.
More episodes with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Please.
I am so excited.
I think he needs to talk to his mother and about that trauma. His mother. I think they need to get together and talk. And maybe that'll help him. I think Claire could help him.
There's the thing though, where I just don't think
she's not
Carmi will have an arc.
At all.
I think his ending will just be more neutral and just kind of he'll either walk away from the bear or it actually won't be neutral. His brains will be splattered on pavement or some shit. I feel like it's either going to be neutral or extreme in a bad way. I don't think it's going to end well for him.
Because they're like, why would there be another season if he's perfect?
Yeah.
I think I could see him moving on from the bear after like
I could see that too.
So just leaving and being like, I can't do this anymore.
What if that's like the arc of season 3? Him gone, the bear continuing without him, and like him kind of coming back.
What if he? Since I saw that Will Poulter is confirmed season 3, what if he brings him in for the bear or something? Like give me more Will Poulter. Like I could, give me more.
Idea. Maybe he takes a step back from cooking and being a chef. He gets into drawing because he's really good at drawing.
That's interesting. That's a very something they touch on a lot. That he drew all the dishes. He's like, what the fuck you learn how to draw so well?
Didn't he also draw what he wanted the bear to look like?
Yeah,
which I thought was such a cool idea to have in season 1, like just in the background all the time,
I know.
not explained really.
I wanted to say that Easter egg too because I really like that one. Yeah. Is that all the points? Do we want to rate season 1 and 2, I guess?
I mean, it's going to be like 9s for both of them.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 9s, yeah.
It's so true.
I'm not going to give it a 10. I'll probably give like season 1 like an 8.5. And season 2, 9. For sure. Like they're really...
That's where I am.
I read something and I put every second counts and it made me realize that literally every episode, every second counts. Like you're learning something about somebody all the time.
Okay, no fillers.
And no fillers whatsoever,
No fillers.
And I love that. The show stays true to that, which is cool.
My one note for the rest of the series, more fact is good fact.
Yes.
More fact is good fact.
I agree
Let me tell you, that guy
is
amazing.
So amazing. Dude,
he is phenomenal.
Show. So good.
The way he's hilarious. He's hilarious. Like he was that whole dinner scene is an hour long, by the way.
It is an hour long.
Compared to the 20-30 minute episodes. An hour long. So you needed it.
I remember when we were watching it, we kept pausing it like, jeez, how long is this? Like, this is crazy that
the
they're
one
still
shots
going.
of them going through the rooms to the different people talking.
We couldn't pause it because like it was so intense and we were so into it that like it didn't feel like an hour. To me, at least, it was so good.
So good, but like, Fact was hilarious, and his brother were hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought something happened to him because they never mentioned his brother before, but then he came for the dinner. I was like, oh, he's great. He's the same guy.
He's just around.
He's just around.
Yeah.
Buying baseball cards.
I love how they know Claire Bear. They're like, oh, Claire Bear's here.
Yeah.
Claire Bear's here. But I love Carmi, by the way. Little things. Carmi coming out to like Claire Bear's for Claire's
drink.
Like he brings out her drink. He do himself.
Really
That's cute.
Nice. Yeah.
But so good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's it.
I'll do
Very
it.
good. All right, cool.
Thank you
Right.
for watching.
Thank you guys
And
so much for
listening.
watching and listening. Yes.
And don't
And-
forget to hit subscribe, like,
Yeah.
share it as much as you can. Would really help.
Comment.
Yeah, stay
And
tuned
comment.
for a
Watch
little
next
mini episode, perhaps.
Yeah.
Season
yeah,
3 review,
yes.
reaction and review.
Oh my god, that would be so cool.
Very cute. I like that
Yeah,
one.
we have some other
Watch
ideas.
party.
Watch party.
Literally.
Yeah.
And in the comments, who's your favorite cameo?
Yeah.
Put that in the
Or
comments.
favorite character,
Favorite cast?
favorite scene,
Fact joke.
everything.
Favorite fact
fact
joke.
joke is crazy.
Yeah, what-
Cousin.
But yeah, so thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Bye.